No vote for you, 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 no vote for no vote, no vote, no vote for any. Hello and welcome to the Conservative Poet with me, Amania. So happy that you're here today, and Merry Christmas to you all. And so, in today's video, I want to talk about Chicago. Surprise, right? Chicago has been big in the news. We cover them here a lot. We had some coverage of Brandon Johnson. I mean, Chicago it's the city that keeps on giving, right? Chicago and this mayor, this woke mayor, is the mayor that keeps on giving. It's like that Hunter laptop. It just keeps on giving. One of the aldermen who gave eloquent speeches, an eloquent speech to the people in charge to say, hey, we need to look at this. We need to give the Chicagoans a voice in all of this so we can decide if we want to continue to pour money into an endless pit, right? That never ever ends, because until we fix the problem at the border, now these are my thoughts, until we fix the problem at the border, that there is no way that this endless pit, people are going to keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, and keep coming. And so the Chicagoans are waking up and they're seeing this. So we're going to react to some of the um, people that were able to speak to raise their voices. And then we're going to look at a video where, yeah, they raised their voices, but the woke mayor, Brandon Johnson, said, yeah, we're not going to do that. So let's get into it right now. This video is brought to you by the Orlando Patriot. Take a few minutes to hear us out. We've got some great deals for you. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you. We have some great products that will make excellent gifts for the patriots in your life. You can have some fun also and get the liberals and progressives one too. This design is President Trump's mugshot from Georgia, stating Merry Christmas and Revenge 2024. This amazing design comes on t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts in different colors. It also is on coffee mugs. The entire store is currently on sale. The Conservative Poet at www.orlandopatriot.com. This Biden economy is hard on us all, but I thank you for supporting the channel and what I do here. Merry Christmas and God bless you.
The chair recognizes Alderman Beal.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, we have 3 items on the agenda. However, my desire is only to ask for 1 item to be voted on in the affirmative. Unlike other people in this body, I don't wish to silence the people from having a voice as far as the Bring Home Chicago ordinance.
Did he just call out his colleagues by saying he don't want to call nobody out? By saying they are not for the people? Is that what he's saying?
I want the voters to hear that ordinance and have a chance to vote on it. However, I do believe that we need to have the people also to vote on whether or not they want to remain a sanctuary city.
Oh, how wonderful. The public gets to vote whether or not they get to remain a city that is welcoming, as they call it. It's a welcoming city.
The reason I have brought this with some of my colleagues to the floor is not to eliminate Chicago as a sanctuary city. But what it is to find some kind of compromise and threshold to stop the that we're undertaking right now.
So hold on, friend, hold the presses. So you want to remain a sanctuary city, but you just don't want a whole lot of people coming. So how does that work? If you're a sanctuary, that means they're going to come, right? And if you're not a sanctuary, then that means the buses is going to go somewhere else. No, but you want to stay a sanctuary. You just don't want to pay for it.
Look at what the city is dealing with. We're spending, when we had 12,000 migrants, we were spending $31 million a month at that time.
Gosh, 31 million a month for just 12,000? How much you spending now? And how many do you have?
We have 20,000 migrants today. So what is the price tag on that now? And we can't get solid answers to what it's costing us right now. Now,
I'm going to have to say about triple, quadruple that, friend. I'm going to say quadruple that.
Now, we're being asked to vote for a budget that we can't get answers to as far as how much money we're going to be potentially spending next year on the migrants. We're saying we're hoping we get money from the state. I'm hoping we get money from the federal government.
I'm hoping Biden will give us some money. I'm hoping Biden will send us some money. We're hoping that the Biden administration is going to send us some money to handle these illegals that he's got coming into the country daily by the millions. We're hoping the Biden administration will send us some money.
I'm hoping money just falls out of the sky. But those are hope.
Imagine that. Didn't Obama fill a plane load of money and took it? I think it was Iran. They took a boatload of money, not a boat, but a plane full of money, and they drove it out there and they opened the plane. And here's money. Well, maybe Biden can do that in Chicago. They can just bring a boatload, a ship, not a boat, but a plane full of money and say, here you go. Here you go, Alderman. Here you go, Chicagoans. Here's the money for the illegals. We've got a plane full of money.
Hopes and dreams. We have a physical responsibility to vote on a budget that is sound going forward to get us through 2024. And the budget that's being presented to us does not solve that problem. And so all I'm asking is that we give the people of this great city of Chicago a chance to have a voice on this issue.
You talking about democracy? You talking about the people voting? You talking about the democracy? The democracy? Is that what you're talking about? That people exercise their right to vote in a democracy? You want Chicago to have democracy? What about democracy? Is that what you're looking for? Democracy? For the people to vote? Democracy? Democracy? See, y'all see how I hammer that democracy in, right? Again, because that's not really what they want.
Now, I guarantee you that if Harold Washington was here today, what he signed into law as an executive order is not what he intended for today. And so when people say, well, Harold Washington did this, times were different. We didn't have people coming to this city by the thousands. Now, when you look at what else is happening in this country, we have other democratic cities, Denver, California, LA, sending their people to Chicago, New York. They're sending their migrants to Chicago. Why? Because they're saying we can't take anymore. Chicago has yet to say we can't take anymore.
Whee! Yeah, that's a hit at Brandon Johnson, because Brandon Johnson is saying we still a welcoming city. We ain't never going to say no to the illegals. We ain't never going to say no to the illegals. We're going to always be with the illegals. It don't matter what. We ride or die with illegals. We ride or die with illegals. We ride or die with illegals. It's Brandon Johnson.
We have to draw the line somewhere. It's a diversion to continue to say this is a federal problem. We need help from the federal government. Yeah, we know that. But while we're waiting for the federal government to act, we need to be doing something here at home to protect us. Now, we don't even know the people who are coming to Chicago.
This Democrat I'm sure he's a Democrat now. I don't know for sure, but I'm sure he's a Democrat. What he's saying, he sound kind of racist there. You sound like white people. You sound like the, what they call them? You sound like those white supremacists. Are you a black supremacist? Because you sure sound funny when you saying that we need to hold off on these illegals. You sure do sound like you's a white supremacist.
The people that are coming here, we don't know if they have criminal backgrounds. We don't know if they're child molesters. We don't know if they're murderers. We don't know anything concrete about the people coming here. Now, when you look at what's happening, Venezuela are emptying their jails and telling them to walk to the border.
He sound like President Trump. Oh my God, he sound like Trump. You sound like Trump.
So they're coming to Chicago. We already have enough crime here in the city of Chicago.
Ooh. Brother, you ain't never lie. You ain't never lie about that, because we know Chicago full of crime. We know this.
We have enough crime here that we're dealing with. And so I can go on, but Madam President, and I think you're doing a wonderful job up there, may I add. You're doing a wonderful job.
Lick her ass while you're at it, right? I gotta lick her ass too. It ain't personal, Madam President. It ain't personal. It ain't personal with you. But I gotta just lay this out for my people. You know, I gotta lay this out for my people.
This is just a question, a non-binding question to just ask the people who are paying this $30 and $40 million a month if they want to continue down this road, or do we want to make our elected officials to try to do something different?
Ask the people, he say. Yeah, I don't think that's such a terrible idea. Let's ask the other Chicagoans, and what y'all want to do? Y'all want to stay sanctuary or not? You want to keep the illegals coming or not? You want to put, your boots in the ground and say, you know what, Brandon Johnson, we put you in, we can put you out. We don't want to be no sanctuary city no more. We see that that's no good for us. It ain't no good for the Chicagoans. It ain't no good for us. So we backing out of this deal. So, yeah, give them a vote. Give me a vote.
Now, I've said this before. If you give me 3 meals, housing, child care, education, a voucher for $9,000, you know what? I come to Chicago too.
The benefits of the illegals. They get housing, child care, money. Hey, these people aren't even legal. They get all that. They get all that. Priority. Your kids, you come here pregnant, have your baby, you get child care. You get hotels to live in. You get fancy things to go with it. Why wouldn't they come? That brother has some sense right there. That brother has some sense right there.
And that's what they're doing. They're telling people, and they're sending money back to back to Venezuela, to come to Chicago because they're saying, hey, the good times are rolling there. They're taking care of everybody. Now, when we have...
This is true. They call them up, brother, come on down. I know the traveling is going to be tough. I know the road's going to be hard. I know it's going to be tough to come through Mexico. But, brother, when you get here, you're going to end up in the pot of gold. You're going to get everything you need. Housing, food, whatever. You may have to sleep on the floor of the police station for a while. You may have to sleep on a tent for a little while. But guess what, brother? It's all worth it because you're going to get so much out of it. Come on down. You're going to get so much out of it. Come on down, brother.
When we have Venezuelans that are driving cars, where did they get a driver's license? Where did they get insurance from? And then you have Venezuelans being caught with drugs and guns. Where are they getting them from?
I don't know, bro. They might be getting them from the hood. You know, your hood brothers. You know them, Coco and Chanel now. You know them, they get their drugs from there, their guns from there. By God, these people are they're not coming to really assimilate and really be a part of the community thus far. They're coming to destroy, right? Guns, drugs, violence, sex, all that.
I have a bleeding heart for the people who are coming here that are honestly trying to do better for themselves. I'm with that. But I'm tell you one thing. I'm with my people more. Okay? I'm with my people more. And so all I'm asking is to just put this question on the ballot, non-binding, in order to give the people of this city a voice that they have not had, because nobody ever asked the city of Chicago, do we want to be a sanctuary city? Do we want to be a welcoming city? And I'm going to close on this. This is my third closing. Sanctuary city, a welcoming ordinance, says nothing about we have to provide services and goods.
Let me hear that again. It doesn't say that you have to provide services and goods. So services mean, childcare, $9,000 hotel rooms, everything else. Food, that can be included too. You don't have to provide all of these things, right? But they get them. How did that incorporate? Maybe they need to reevaluate what the sanctuary city really means so people really do understand that, yeah, you're not supposed to even give them all that, But, hey, what do we know?
Sanctuary city, all it says is the city of Chicago will not cooperate, organize with the federal government, detain for people to be deported. That's all it says.
Wow. Is that all it says? You're just not going to call ICE on them? You're not going to organize to get ICE? You're not going to call ICE? That's it? That's it? That's all sanctuary city mean? Is that you're not going to call ICE? So how is it that you're spending $31 million a year for 12,000? But now we know we got a whole lot more than that. So you're providing, again, food, shelter, shoes, everything, medication, medicine, everything else, tents, everything else. You're building tent houses, you're building tent facilities. Like, wow, you just wasn't supposed to call ICE. But you're providing a whole lot more than that. How did that happen?
So where do we get off saying that we have to spend 30 to 40 million a month that we don't have? Now, if you give me 30 to 40 million a month, my ward will look like the North Side. If you give any alderman on the South and West Side 30 to 40 million a month, you will see a different day. So with that, I'm going to close, and I just hope that my colleagues see fit to just vote on giving the people a voice that they don't have to see if we want to go down this road. So with that, Madam President, I motion that we pass the first item on the agenda to say whether or not the people of Chicago want to remain a sanctuary city or not. Thank you.
Heard that? Seen that? Good. So that alderman was really advocating for the people, wouldn't you say? I'd say he was. He laid out a beautiful, beautiful sermon. I don't know if he was a preacher, but he sure did lay out a beautiful sermon. And I will link the video in the box if you want to watch it for yourself. It's about 55 minutes long. It's pretty much, it's a chaotic shit show. It's a chaotic shit show. But, it was definitely interesting to watch it. So if you want, being that I interrupted so much because I was just having way too much fun there with him. So there you have it. So this is him pleading so that the people of Chicago can vote on whether they want to remain a sanctuary, welcoming haven for illegals. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to fast forward. This was about a month ago this happened. And so now the voting has happened or didn't happen. And now we're going to look at a news clip in reference to how the city council folks voted in reference to democracy and letting the voice of the Chicagoans be heard. You think they let them heard? You think they let them be heard? I don't know. Let's find out. No vote for you, 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 no vote, no vote, no vote for anybody.